So not too long ago, I actually switched over to my iPhone 13 Pro, and that was a really good transition, I think. I love the iPhone 13 Pro. I kind of like the iPhone 12 Pro. I kind of had a strange experience with it, but the phone before that, the iPhone 11 Pro, was such a solid phone, and the iPhone 13 Pro reminds me so much of my 11 Pro, and I'm actually really happy the way the iPhone 11 Pro has depreciated in the used market, and that actually makes the 11 Pro a really good device, and I still think it's obviously one of the best iPhones you can buy, especially for that price tag. Now, Apple is still selling the iPhone 11 brand new for $499, and in some cases, I've actually seen the iPhone 11 Pro sold for around that same price tag. Now, I've seen mostly them go for like $569, no pun intended, $599, sometimes like $649 if you're, in the higher end storage model. But the fact that Apple is still selling the iPhone 11, and that's a pretty decent value, the iPhone 11 Pro is a much better value, I think, for that dollar, just because it's a more, premium version of the iPhone 11, and you're getting it for around the same price as a brand new iPhone 11, which is even crazier. Now, the body is a little bit smaller than that iPhone 11, which I really don't care about too much. I think it's almost that perfect size if it's great in the hand, and that build quality, as I mentioned before, is just so good on that device. You can literally do anything you want to with this phone, and it's going to be able to handle it perfectly fine. I've kind of mentioned this time and time again, but when I held my iPhone 11 Pro and I held my iPhone 12 Pro, both phones felt very premium, but that 11 Pro originated that frosted glass back, and I still think it's a beautiful looking phone for sure. But that display is another big asset for this phone, and I've mentioned this many times. When you have a phone like the iPhone 11 Pro, you really don't need to upgrade anytime soon. That is a very solid phone in terms of just the look aspect, but also, even though it doesn't have 120 Hz or anything, it's still a very good panel, and I think just because of the smoothness within iOS, it makes the 11 Pro that much better looking of a device, which I've mentioned time and time again is one of the most important aspects. And because this iPhone still has a notch, all the other iPhones still have notches too, and I think that's totally fine and makes this phone look more current than ever before. Now, you still have Face ID, you still have, standard stuff like that, which is still here on the other iPhones. That A13 Bionic chip inside of this thing is not that outdated, and I do think there's a lot of devices that Apple is going to be pushing out, including some iPads and maybe some devices too, that will also have an A13 inside of it. There's been rumors that, a new Apple display could come out with an A12 or A13 Bionic chip inside of it, which would be crazy. So this chipset is still here to stay, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. The cameras of this thing are still very good, and overall, I talk about this phone a lot, but every time I go ahead and switch phones, I always look back at my last couple of phones, and I still think to myself that this device is so good, and I would highly recommend you, if you're in the market, if you want to, I would highly recommend picking up this phone for sure. So in terms of that pretty much covers it up. If you guys have any other questions or anything like that, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that'll mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.